All right, guys, I want to make this video before Canada becomes a state. All right, we have the Canadian corn pops versus the American corn pops. Let's compare them, see which one's better. First, let's compare the ingredients. Let's start with the Canadian. That's the French side. So, Canadian ingredients: cornmeal, sugars, second ingredient. They always say the Canadian has less sugar, but it's the second ingredient. It's sugar, glucose, fructose, maltodextrin, and fancy molasses. Not just regular molasses. Canadians, fancy. All right. Corn bran, salt, whole grain, oat flour, baking soda, blah, 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 blah. They're a bunch of chemicals and a bunch of ingredients. Same as any cereal, right? Now next, let's do the American. I will say, the ingredients on the American compared to the Canadian, like the Canadian ones are a lot easier to read. This one is just, it's not very plain, right? You got to look for it. But same thing. Milled corn, sugar, corn syrup, contains 2% of less of molasses. So now in America, we just got regular molasses. None of that fancy stuff, right? So that's, who knows? We'll see how that is. Salt, vegetable oil, hydrogenated coconut, soybean, and or cottonseed oil. And then a bunch of vitamins and minerals, yada, yada, yada. Contains wheat. All right, so I didn't think this through 100%. There's already going to be some controversy. Might as well talk about it right off the top. I'm using plastic spoons. Now, why is that important? In Canada, you cannot get plastic spoons, all right? So it might make the taste a little different. I probably should have got gold spoons. That's what they use. I don't have that kind of money. So we're going to use plastic spoons. And I'm also using just Meyer 2% milk, okay? I didn't get a bag of milk. Probably should have. Don't want to hear about it. It's kind of weird bringing a bag of milk back from Canada. Okay, I don't have a refrigerator. It wouldn't be good. That's the controversy. If you don't like it, scroll to the next video. Sorry. All right, we're going to try them dry first. Then I'll add the milk. So I'm going to try the American first. We'll see what we got. All right, here we go. Yep. Just like I remember from my childhood. Sweetened styrofoam. It's about right. All right, let's try the Canadian now. Little round ball. Wait a minute. Why does that have flavor? That fancy maple syrup, there's something to that. But who eats dry cereal, right? So let's add the milk and then let's see what we got. All right, now that we got the milk in there, I'll start with the Canadian this time. Let's see what we got. Listen, those are good. Those are real good. Let's try the American. I hope these are better than what my childhood remembers. If I didn't have my microphone on my hat, I'd throw it right now. That tastes delicious. That I would eat that every day. This just tastes like the American one. Just tastes like it's styrofoam with a little bit of sugar on it. These are crunchy. They taste fresh, which is weird from a cereal. And the sweetness is perfect. It's got to be the fancy maple syrup. That's what it's got to be, right? All the ingredients were basically the same. Why do these taste so different? You know what? There's no oil in the Canadian one. That could be a difference. Hydrogenated coconut, soybean, and or cottonseed oil in the American. And there is none of that. None of it. No vegetable oil. Fancy molasses, man. That's what it is. It's got to be the fancy molasses. And it contains oats. Compared to the American, it says contains wheat. Dang it, Canada. You win another one. Canada's got better corn pops and better Kit Kats. Don't hate me. They're way better, I promise. Get you some. Stay safe, take it easy. Let me know if there's something else you want to check. I have access to Canadian goods and American goods. So I can compare and contrast, see which one's better, which one's not. America's 0-2. I don't know what to say. And we don't have all dressed chips, so we're really, that's 3 L's. We get America, we gotta make American food better again. Okay.